The time is here. The medieval town square has finally been leaked to the public. To LEGO's chagrin or not, we, through the Brick Clicker Instagram page, have received photos of the medieval Times Square. And I've heard a lot of hype around this, kind of getting into the LEGO community in the last year or so or less. This has been one that has been there since that entire time. I believe we've known about this for quite a time now, and we're finally getting pictures. Of course, this is set for a March 1st release, so I can only imagine this is going to show up on the LEGO website fairly soon. But let's get right into these photos. The medieval town square, and comparing it to the original leaks, it does look fairly close. Maybe a couple color swaps, a little variation of the buildings over here to the right and to the left. We've got a couple more chimneys. The tree looks the same. Are we gonna see a return of the goat? We see a return of a goat, but I don't know if it might be the goat that we were expecting per se. So getting into the actual design here, box art, of course, looks like any typical Icons 18 plus box art that we would possibly expect with that hue in the background. We got the medieval town square logo, and of course, this will be an Icon set 10332 for 3,300 pieces. And of course, as you can see at the top, the retail is going to be $230. So for you medieval or castle fans, you're going to want to pick this up ASAP. This might go well with your Viking Village set also, but getting into these pictures, let's take a deep dive into what we can expect. So of course, all the backs of these buildings are going to be open, and there's a lot of detail with each of these buildings, each of these sets. Of course, it looks like we've got a sort of a tapestry or a loom over here with some linen being run through that. How exciting. I do like the little tree in the background with these, it looks like, are they posters on it? Maybe wanted posters are on there. And of course, we do have an assortment of cats. We've got an assortment of minifigures. Let's see if I can count the minifigures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minifigures, and then 1, 2, 3. Oh, one hiding in the back. So maybe 6 or 7 minifigures. 3 animals. Of course, we got some pumpkins. We've got some beehives. Let's go through more detailed pictures because we've got a lot of pictures on this early reveal. What a fun building, and I think we just have to remember the price point and what this set really is going for. I personally don't have a whole lot of attachment to these kind of builds. I would much rather personally prefer a modular or a singular cohesive build as opposed to separate buildings. But I know, of course, obviously there are a lot of people out there that love these kind of builds, and this here is for you 110%. Looks like we've got some fun coinage. I don't know if this is a thief maybe or a some kind of, not a thug, but you'll know what I mean. A hand for hire. I'm curious to see how this roof here is going to be received. Of course, it's got those brown, we'll call them Chewbacca pieces for the thatched roof, if you will. And I'm wondering how the diehards, or how those who really want this set are going to appreciate or not appreciate it so much. Moving back to these photos, the back of the main building, it looks like a 3-decker building, which is exciting. And I'm not sure if how new actually these minifigures are, if all of them are different. None of them look very standoutish to me from an arm printing perspective, but we are getting a handful of prints here, which is always a good thing. And this guy actually up here kind of looks like a thief. I don't know if it's I think it's a different from that earlier guy, but how exciting. Let's see if we have any more photos. This is the last photo. Of course, I will certainly give that a like, but I'm actually very curious to hear all of your thoughts. For those of you out there that were super excited for this medieval village to come out, of course, right on the heels of the Viking Village medieval town square, I did misspeak. But I'm curious to hear all of your thoughts. I do appreciate the relatively simplistic design. Nothing appears to be too complex, but I appreciate that there are several different layouts you can do as you navigate your own medieval town square. But once again, I do definitely want to hear your thoughts. Is this a thumbs up for you? $230, is that a day one buy? I'm curious to hear all of your thoughts. And hey, I think when we see this one in hand, in person, with all the land reviews or various online reviews, I think that's when it's really going to tell us how wonderful this thing might be. Regardless, I'm super curious to hear your thoughts. Please drop a comment down below. I want to know what is on all of your mind, and I will see you all in the next video.